Hello, my darling. Welcome to day 38 of 100 Days of Self-Love. Today I'm talking about something that you will initially go, what? But bear with me. Okay, so it goes something like this. Do you know those days where, or you're having, let's say not just a day, let's say you're having a few days or a week where you just feel exhausted. You feel like you're running on empty and there's nothing majorly going on at work, but you're just feeling overwhelmed or, worn out. Here's an idea. I can't remember what percentage it is, but there's a lot of us that don't take our full holiday leave at work for one reason or another. Well, there's always an emergency project, or there's this and that and the other, or you're going on a holiday and it fell through, what have you. But how many times have you taken a day off to just rest? Just reset, just be with yourself? I bet it's not very often. And the reason being is we kind of feel like we should be able to be invincible. We should feel like we can just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. And we take days off. We take a day off if the kids needed us to. We might take a day off if our partner needed us to. We take a day off if there's a funeral. We take a day off if it's a wedding. We take a day off if somebody was in the hospital. We take a day off if we're all going on holiday together. But when was the last time you took a day for you? Just because. And the thing is that normally when we take days off because we're doing something with somebody else or for somebody else, we're with other people at the same time. But if you took a day off, like a really random day, like a Tuesday, I mean, nothing happens on a Tuesday, but if you took a Tuesday off and just spent it by yourself, maybe you'd go for a swim, or you just go for a walk, or maybe you just literally rest. Just be. Let your brain, resting is gorgeous because the science behind rest is very different from the science behind things like numbing your brain. So if, for example, if you're watching TV, you're numbing your brain. If you're eating, quite often we're numbing our brain. There's a lot of activities that we do that our brain isn't very active while it's happening. Rest, as in active rest, which is going to sound bizarre, but active rest such as reading, such as even having a bath, being alone with your thoughts, going for a walk, all these types of rest, journaling, yoga, meditation, they use a lot of our brain. I mean, only probably 10% less than we would normally use if we were working. But they use 10% less of our brain, but they use different parts of our brain. So our brain is actually having a nice, relaxing time in there. It's just firing different parts of our brain. But the parts of our brain that it does fire are essential for us to remember things and process things. One of the reasons we struggle with our memory, apart from if you're in perimenopause or menopause, which is a whole other ballpark, and I have a series on that on YouTube, so keep a lookout for that one. But if you are under that age or past that age and you are struggling with remembering things, it's quite often because you're not giving your brain enough downtime. You're not letting your brain actively rest. Your brain doesn't, when your brain is watching TV, for example, it kind of, whatever's ruminating around your brain, it just kind of turns it off while you're watching TV, and the minute you stop, it turns it back on again. When you're actively resting, you can actually reflect. You can sort things out in your mind in a peaceful state. You can just assimilate information into what you already know to be true. And it's really good for your brain. Plus, it's good for your soul. Because we run round and we run ourselves ragged as women quite often. We're always juggling all these balls and spinning all these plates. And sometimes we just need to stop. But I want you to stop proactively. I want you to plan something for yourself, even if it's just a day literally in the bath, or going and having your hair done in the bath, but a day where you take it as a sign of time for you just because you rest, you recuperate, you rejuvenate, and that's it. Nothing, no ulterior motive, not because you have to, just take a day off. It's such an expression of love. You cannot imagine. It's all about honoring yourself and listening to yourself and realizing that that time is absolutely essential. So try it. You know, not because somebody else needs you, not because it has to happen, just for you to realize that it's time to rest every once in a while. Hope that helps, my darlings, and I will see you tomorrow.